Okay, this is a review of the Medela B.Well steam steriliser. Now, as you can see, you receive your steam steriliser in 4 pieces. The base here holds 100 millilitres of water, just tap water is fine, although you can use distilled water if you prefer, and it can help prevent some of this build-up that you get when you've used it a few times. Onto that, you place the bucket, and it just slots into place. You then have your basket, and this is where there's a slight problem in that the basket doesn't have any support really. Whilst this makes it very handy for storage and makes it quite compact, there is a tendency for this to slip and the contents to end up falling inside the steriliser into the main body. And it's a little bit tricky to get it to sit stably. And that surprised me because I always associate Medela as being of very high quality, and I would have thought something like that would have been tested beforehand and corrected. Aside from that, then you place your lid on top, and as you can see, there are little vents here for the steam to escape. Now, some people complain about the steam escaping. You're going to get steam escaping with any steriliser that you use, any steam steriliser. I've had an Avent one in the past, steam escaped. I use a kettle, steam escapes. I boil a saucepan of water on the hob, steam will escape. So you've got to expect that. To turn it on, you simply push that button and it'll glow red for the duration of sterilisation. Now, it doesn't actually take very long to sterilise the contents. I can't remember the exact time, 5 minutes or so, maybe 8 minutes, can't remember. Anyway, we leave that on, and very soon you'll hear it beginning to bubble and boil. And as mentioned, you'll get steam escaping from here. Now, something that does bother me a little bit, and bothers quite a few users of this product from what I've read online, is that although the steriliser does as it's supposed to do, there's a lot of steam gathers on the inside of the lid and of the base of the bucket. And what happens is, as soon as you lift the lid off, all the water ends up spilling onto your worktop. And if you lift the base out, you get more water falling onto your worktop. Another slight fault is if you leave it sitting for any length of time, you'll end up with a puddle of water that has run down the inside of the steriliser and that has gathered in underneath this part, and it drips out. And to me, that seems a little bit dangerous. You know, water and electricity, you've got your electric product sitting basically in a puddle of water, and that's a fault that I think should have been sorted out before the product was put on sale. You can see the steam starting to come out now, and it will beep. As I said, you'll get 5 beeps to tell you that the product has been, that the contents have been sterilised. 5 fairly long beeps, and then a few minutes later you'll get 5 very quick beeps to tell you that everything is cooled down enough for you to remove. Now, although the contents are all sterilised after the initial beeping, if you are going to use them at that point, you need to be very careful just that the baby doesn't get burnt. So it's advisable to either wait until the second set of beeps occurs, or to leave the contents sitting for a few moments, just somewhere safe, before feeding your baby or before giving your baby a soother if you use one. So that's my review completed. I'm very happy with Medela, the Medela B.Well steriliser. I find it very compact. You can see it's sitting underneath one of my worktop units. It's quiet in operation, which you would expect of a steriliser. In fact, actually, it's quieter than my kettle, so that's good. And as I said, the only fault that I've really found with it is the amount of water that escapes from the product in use and when it's been sitting for a while. So the Medela B.Well can be purchased online, amazon.com, amazon.co.uk, and many other outlets. I actually bought mine in Mothercare, a local Mothercare store, just in case I had a problem with it and wanted to return it. As it turned out, I had a slight problem at the beginning with the lid. What you have to do is this part, you have to fit it in yourself, and ours didn't fit properly. We just could not get it into place. We brought it back to our local Mothercare store and they just gave us a new lid. I think it was just a minor fault. So there you go. Medela B.Well steriliser costs around £60 from the usual outlets.